So we're here at my local disc golf course, getting ready to play 18 holes. This is Ironworks disc golf course. I've been playing here since probably late 2020 during COVID. Everyone wanted something to do outside, and the wife and I came out here and played, and got our obsession from that. Now, um, this is a open wooded course. There's a slight breeze today coming from behind the tee pad. We're starting here on hole 9, just in the sole fact that uh, I'm more likely to play all the holes if I start here. Because if I start on hole 1, there's one part where it's just like it's too easy to just cut over instead of climbing up a massive hill. So, anyways, this is hole 9. We're gonna start off with a warm-up shot, and then we'll get into it. Hole 9 is a par 4. It's about 600 feet. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually looked at the distance. I just come here and play. But anyways, there's a big tall evergreen trees out there. The basket is right underneath those evergreen trees. So we're about another 200 feet out from the basket. Again, it's right underneath those evergreen trees. Got a nice tailwind coming from behind us. So I think I'm going to let's go with an Undertaker. So I should be inside the circle for a birdie putt. We'll see what that looks like. So like I said, and then underneath the tree here for a nice little birdie putt. We have a pretty nice strong wind coming from left to right. So we'll see if we can make this connect. That's pretty good, considering I haven't played out here in a little bit. Probably birdie this hole once out of every 5 times or so. It really depends upon where the wind is coming at. A lot of times it's coming straight up the fairway, so that makes the tee shot really difficult. And you really want to be on the right side of the fairway with this tee shot to make getting into the green a little bit more approachable. All right, here we are on hole 10. This is a par 3, 316 feet. I'm going to go with the Zone SS. It's right down here in this mouth of this gap just off to the left. Clip that tree going down, but should be a decent upshot. Okay, so landed about edge of circle with a little bit of a obstructed putt with this bush here. So we'll see what we can do. Well, hit the pole just a little low. Okay, so this is hole 11. There's also a par 3, about 189 feet straight down this way. Uh, this is what I call a hope and pray hole. There is a line, but the line is about 5 feet wide. And if you hit a tree, the off the fairway is not really forgiving. So we're going to go with a sole here on a nice flip up and see if it is able to get to the basket. Okay, a little bit of a tree kick, not too bad. We should have look to get up to the basket, maybe even look to putt for birdie. Okay, so this is where I landed behind this kind of spider tree looking thing. The basket is just behind the tree, so we'll see if we can connect here. All right, wasn't meant to be. Kind of a low branch. We'll go tap it in real quick. Okay, this is hole 12. It's 161 feet. Par 3, just behind this wall of trees is the basket. I'm throwing a zone OS. Well, I clipped the tree, but I should still have a putt at the basket. So like I said, it's kind of just a wall of trees. You really wanted to skip in to the green, but I landed here, just behind the wall of trees. But I still have a nice upshot to get a par. Yep, nice little tap in for a par. Okay, this is hole 13. It's 232 feet. There is a tunnel straight down, but that is not the play. It is a very, very tight tunnel. The tunnel is like 5 feet wide at most. The preferred shot is this kind of up and around shot off to the right here. The basket is very heavily guarded by what I call a spider tree. But here we go. Oh, I am throwing a raptor, a very overstable raptor. Okay, I got all the way down next to the basket. It's kind of a toss up how good of a look you'll have, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, so this is where I landed, just about probably 25 feet. But as you can see, the basket is very guarded. I do have a nice little pathway right through here, but we'll see. It's very low ceiling, so we'll see what we can do. Well, I will call that a little bit of luck. That is not my normal putting stroke, but we got the bird, so it's all that matters. So this is our next par 4. It follows a creek bed all the way down, and the basket is tucked on the right up on a hill, up on a raised plateau. Um, I have a love-hate relationship with this hole. There used to be a massive tree just off to the right here with a branch that would stick out. So you had guardian tree on the right, guardian tree on the left, and then kind of a branch that would guard the top. That fell down in one of the storms several years ago. And so it made it open up a little bit, but it almost made it open up too much. It makes the shot go a little too wide. sometimes you still have to hug this first tree here on the left. So anyways, I'm going with a zone. It should be a zone shot, but it all depends upon where this first shot lands. So we'll see. Okay, well, it was a little high, a little too far to the right, but I got lucky, got a nice kick. Looks like it's sitting in the middle of the fairway. Should be able to throw a zone up from there. Maybe a raptor if I need a little more distance, but we'll see. Okay, so this is where I landed. It's a little bit farther back than I would like, so I'm going to go with the Jawbreaker Raptor. Okay, so here's where I landed. The basket is behind this tree. I do have an Anheuser putt at it, but I think I'm just going to get up there and save the par. Yeah, there we go. So this is a pretty cool hole. Like I said, it's very much a snake shot. You can't even see the tee pad from here. But anyways, basket is up on top of this little plateau. Here's my shot. This is hole 15. It is uphill very severely. It is actually in the A position today, so it's only 238 feet uphill. Normally, when we're playing league out here, it is in the B position, which is 351 feet uphill. Very much plays as a par 4 for normal amateurs, but I have seen people birdie it literally parked. So, but the shorter position is a lot easier, a lot more reachable. I'm going to throw a raptor, and we'll see if we can get around it. It's actually, you can't see the basket. It's around this last little bush of trees up here. Yeah, we should have a, I would say inside the circle, but I could be wrong. Look at the basket. Okay, here's where my shot landed. It's about circle's edge, a little bit farther than I thought it was going to be. Didn't get quite as much distance as I'd hoped. Just trickled out left. Wasn't meant to be. Okay, this is hole 16. Basket's right there in front of me. It's usually over there in that cluster of trees, but today it's here. I have played it in this position twice. The tee pad is down here. This is 14's tee pad, the little par 4 snaking creek bed. And over here is 16's tee pad. So you have to shoot out this gap. I know the sun is very saturated, but the basket is over there. Like I said, I've only played this position one other time, so we'll see what we can do. So I'm actually behind the camera this time, just because of the angle of this tee shot. So I'm actually going to throw like 2 shots at this one just to kind of see which one was best. I'm going to start with the buzz. Well, I think that went across the road. We'll try a really, really beat in jawbreaker zone next. See if this works any better. Well, I wouldn't know if it's better, but it's out the gap. So we'll see how those fare. I don't really like this whole position too much, just because it is, like I said, new. I've only played it twice, and I don't know what's wrong with the other position. But the guys here, they're always trying to expand the course and make it better. So can't fault them for that, I guess. So good news. My first shot, the buzz, is actually inbounds inside the circle. So that was probably the shot to go with. But I'm still going to practice putting from here and kind of practice my jump putts, my up putts. Woo! That was pretty close. All right, this is where the first shot landed. Like I said, just a little bit outside the circle. Oh no, this is probably 25 to 30 feet. Nope. Wow, that was an airball. Not enough oomph today. Okay, this is hole 17. It is a par 3 straight down this hill. I am not sure the distance anymore, at least. But right now we're sitting at 2 under for the round. This is technically, I guess, hole halfway through the round. This hole is right here. I'm going with a sting. Mostly because of the tailwind. I'm hoping it'll pop up and kind of just drift over and then fade out. But that's what I hope. Let's see if it actually happens. Well, we got the turnover. Now will it come back? Or just land right there? That works too. So the reason I don't like this hole is it is so far downhill and there's literally nothing behind the basket at all. And if you overshoot the basket at all, you are down the hill and looking back up 45, 50 feet at least. So you're automatically going to take a bogey from that shot. So you really want to land just short of the basket, especially with these up shots. But again, that can be rather tricky, especially if you're not careful, very touchy with the shot. There was plan at one point to kind of put up a barrier wall, not to help stop discs, to help make them ramp off even farther. That plan has since been shot down or didn't come to fruition because we were talking about that. I don't even know, 4 years ago probably. So, anyways, here is my shot. There is the basket. Let's see what we can do. Probably going to do just a jump putt on this one, just to kind of finesse it into the green. Okay. Hopefully that stopped. Otherwise, this is going to be an interesting shot. All right, so here's where the shot landed. It's about 10 feet from the basket. No, 15 feet from the basket, but on a very nice incline. So hopefully we're able to connect this. There we go. Save the par. All right, so this is hole 18. It is in the short position today. It is par 3, 201 feet. There is an OB Creek right behind it. The long position actually plays as an island. Kind of, I guess. You can land short and then putt across to the island. The long position is on the other side of the creek, and it uses the road as OB as well. So we have 2 shots I'm going to try today. I've always wanted to try this one, but I'm going to try my normal shot first. Normal shot is just a zone shot, nice and high, soft, let it fade into the basket. I normally short this because I don't want it to go in the creek, BOB, but we'll see if I can get the right distance this time. Yeah, it's going to be short. Well, maybe. Oh, it pushed. So, the next shot is the Zone OS. I like shots where I can just throw full power and I have to like slow down my power. So if this has enough stability that I can just throw full power at the basket and it'll fade out perfectly, then this might become my new shot. So that did exactly what I was hoping it would do. So that might become my new normal shot. Okay, so both shots landed in the circle, which is exactly what I wanted. This was my first shot. And this was my tester, see what happens shot. Both birdies, so both good. Okay, so we're heading to hole 1. Like I said, they've been updating this course quite a lot recently, which is awesome. I love that. They actually moved hole 1's tee pad. Well, they added a tee pad for hole 1. The tee pad they added is back here. You throw through this gap up into that gap up in there. Basket looks like it's off to the right there. This is the original hole 1 tee pad. This is the one I'm going to be playing from. I just prefer this tee pad. So anyways, it is back up in there. I hope to the right. I can't see the basket up there, but there's only 2 positions here at this hole. Is straight ahead, which is not there, and to the right. So we're going to give this a shot. So fun fact about this hole, this is hole 1 at Ironworks. This is the first ace I ever had, and it was in the right position. But that was during the fall. Not nearly as much foliage as there is in the summer, and that was with the sole. I'm going to be throwing a buzz today, just trying to hit that hillside and let it skip up and have a putt at the basket. Well, I missed a little bit right, but I snuck through. Should have a backside look at the basket. Okay, so you can see the top edge of the disc here. Basket's over there, about 20 feet. So we'll see what we can do. Whew, got it in. A little left, a lot left. Kind of surprised it caught. So this is hole 3. It's a par 4. It is 473 feet. There is two positions. There is a par three position. I have never seen it in that par three position ever. I actually think they took uh, the basket holder sleeve out. So um, this is my favorite shot on the course. I am throwing a thrasher, a turnover shot. The tee pad, unfortunately, is really hard to film. It is just to the right here. Um, well, my left, your right. Uh, but let's give it a throw. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll see if we can find that. But in the meantime, I'm going to throw a second shot just in case I am not able to find that. Second shot, we're going to try, we're going to go with the Zeus. There we go. Maybe I should have thrown that from the beginning. Anyways, we'll see if we can find that first shot. If not, we'll just go with the Zeus. So I was able to find my disc. It's right here. You can kind of see where we're going down into that gap down there. So we're going to zoom in for you. Kind of down in there. But I'm going to go with the Raptor. Kind of hopefully it fades out a little bit. I'm going to hug this tree line. Hopefully not too much though. Good. Good shot. Should be just outside the circle. We'll see where it ended up. Okay, you can kind of get an idea of what I was talking about. It comes down into this gap. The tee pad was way back there. And the basket's up in there. It's a really cool shot. The creek is luckily not OB, which is very nice of them. It would make this hole so much harder. Mostly, I think, because it's a blind shot for the most part. And people sometimes do get down to the creek. So anyways, there's my shot. Try to get both in the shot for you. Let's see how well we can do with this putt. Oh, that was rude. All right, wasn't meant to be. At least it didn't do that. It is on a bit of an incline, so rollaways are possible, but that was just rude. This is hole 4. It's a par 3, 187 feet straight up the hill. To the left, it's just your stock dog leg left. I'm going with the zone. This is my beat in zone. Little inside, but should be parked by the basket. All right, this is hole 5. It's a par 3. You should be able to see the basket there on the hill. I'll zoom in for you. You can kind of see it there on the hill, just up to the right of the screen. Anyways, I'm going to throw 2 shots at it. I think it's a forehand shot, but I'm going to see if a backhand will work too. So here we go. Well, there we go. All right, you can kind of see the basket. It's in a little peculiar position over here. Oh yeah, there's a swamp. Having a decent round today. Currently with that bird 6 down. So it's unusual for me here. I usually am around I mean I have shot 5 down before out here, but doing pretty good. I haven't played here in a while, so maybe sometimes when I don't play at a course in a long time or haven't played in a long time, which I can't say that, I just played Monday, I seem to do really well for really weird reasons. But anyways, I have sweat running in my eye. All right, this is hole 6. This is the last par 4 of the course. It is 428 feet out this gap, over the hill and through the woods. I'm just kidding. Up out this gap and up over the hill. It's kind of surrounded by 4 large bushes. So a little bit of guarded, but you can kind of swing it in. Not too bad. We'll see if we can get a bird on this one too. Top of the hill, not the best throw, but it'll work. All right, landed, baskets in between those 2 bushes. It's 5 bushes, but these first 3 right here on this right Anheuser in side are definitely significantly bigger than the right forehand in. We're gonna go zone, see if we can get it in there. There is a right to left right now, so that should help push it. I'm gonna swing it a little wider than I normally would. Not that far. Well, wasn't quite what I had in mind, but let's see if this one is better. This is just a roach. These 2023 Ledgestone ESP Roach editions are freaking amazing. Yeah, should have thrown that. But kind of same result. But yeah. Okay, not nearly as bad as I thought it was. Probably just outside the circle. Well, yeah, the bushes are the circle. So yeah, just outside the circle. We'll see if we can connect here. So the wind is coming right at me. I prefer the wind at my back because I'm a nose up putter. So we'll see if we can adjust to that. Well, apparently we could. There's another birdie. All right, this is hole 7, 394 feet, par 3. I have no idea what position it's in. Um, there are 4 different positions the club puts this hole in. So, but luckily, none of them really changed the tee shot. So it's just really the upshot. This is the strike that. This was the only hole I have never birdied on this course until my last round here, which was a couple months ago. Uh, if you can see the telephone pole way out there, see if we can zoom in on it. You can kind of see it, just to the left of the screen there. That telephone pole, just past that telephone pole to the right, is the short pin for this. I'm hoping it's there. That's where I'm going to throw to. But if it's not there, that's where I want to be for the upshots on any of the other positions, anyways. So. It's a little high, little nose up. Didn't quite drift over as far as I wanted to, but we'll see where that ended up. So it was not where I thought it was going to be. It's actually in the far right position, which is interesting, considering everything else is in the short. So we'll see what we can do. They've planted a couple of new trees down here too. Good, that's what we need, more guardian trees. Anyways, over here in that little patchy dirt area, is where the short pin position is, just past that telephone pole. The basket we're playing through today is just back in there, past those little guardian trees. Like I said, didn't really change the shot at all, but annoying all the rest. So we're going to throw a little forehand upshot here with the zone. We'll see how that goes. Skip. A little long, but should work. So yeah, this is interesting tee to hole. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with all those logs, but the pin used to be right there where all those logs were. And then at one point, they put the pin back here up on that hill behind those trees. So I guess they just got tired of clearing that land. But this is where it usually is for tournaments. Um, and then for casual play, it's over in that other shorter position. Let's see how we do on this one. Hey, saved the boat. All right, this is hole 8, the last hole. We started on hole 9. This is a par 3. It is 361 feet, par 3. There is a long position that is 451 feet. It is straight ahead. That lonely tree out in the field, the basket is literally just to the right of it. So I'm going with a jawbreaker zone. But now that I'm feeling it, yeah, this will be fine. I'll just throw it on some hyzer. Jawbreaker zone, this is very beat in, very straight, but low speed fade. So that's what I want. There is a bit of a headwind, so we'll see. We'll put this on a little bit of hyzer. Hopefully it'll pop up the flat. Oh, the headwind picked up. All right, we're going to switch discs. Still jawbreaker zone. It's just not as beat in. Should be able to handle the wind a little bit better. All right, a little short of the basket, a lot short of the basket, but that worked out. Popped up to flat, a little popped up to flat. Carried and then dumped out just probably outside the circle. So.